those at home joining us this night, we welcome all of you on this Ash Wednesday who may be joining us virtually here at the Cathedral Church of the Nativity in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. We begin our Lenten journey on Ash Wednesday in the most unusual of times and circumstances. A year ago, we were unknowingly standing at a threshold that would lead us to this unprecedented time of pandemic. Last Ash Wednesday, we had no idea what this year would be like. Ash Wednesday, in its ritual form, is to remind us of our mortality. Remember that you are dust, and to dust you shall return. Last year, standing at that threshold, we had no idea that we were existentially being invited into a season of mortality. Too many people have died, and died alone. Too many people have suffered and are suffering. Too many people have struggled with depression and the depth of despair from being isolated, disrupted, strained. Too many people have been impacted economically. Food insecurity and housing insecurity rising in desperate fashion. Ash Wednesday, its ritual, is about being mindful of our mortality. If ever a ritual was an understatement in context, it is this Ash Wednesday. We know mortality in a way we haven't known in perhaps a generation. Those of us who are willing to see the truth. Over 500,000 deaths is a lot of deaths. And it is, my skeptical friends, far more than those who die from influenza. We know mortality in a way we have not known it, perhaps in a generation. And as people of faith, our response must be, God have mercy on us. We need you. This could easily conclude my remarks on such a day as this. God have mercy on us. We need you. But because we're people of faith, I also pause at the same threshold to remind myself and you that Ash Wednesday is also about understanding God's mercy and love is without limit. I mean, after all, we are literally made of the same dust as the stars in heaven, and the mountain terrain, and the decompensated trees and vegetation in the forests. We are literally made of common elements that reminds us that we are also made of the same stuff, and we are made miraculously. Actually, miraculously, by God, who can take dust and make it breathe, who can make it come to life after all, make it love, make it live, make it laugh, make it mess up, and make it make good. So we pause at that threshold, reminded that we need God, have mercy on us, and that we are made miraculously, and that we need one another. That we need one another. That we need one another because it is one another who finds the compassion and love to reach out to one another, to the dying, to the sick, to the suffering, to the hungry, to the food insecure. And it is the miraculous imagination of the dust that is breathing that can actually create a vaccine that will, at the end of the day, through God's good work and the dust's good living, deliver us to a new day. And so that's what we do when we pause at the threshold. To understand that we are mortal, made of the dust. To dust we shall return. And at the same time to know that in the dependence on the God who loves us and has mercy on us, we are miraculously made. And resilience is our name. And resilience is our God's name. So then whether we are acutely being aware of our mortality or are amazed by miraculous love, we end in the same place as we begin our Lenten journey. Lord, have mercy. We need you. Amen.